Hi, I'm Jess from Special Fork. I really love this recipe for a date night because it's really simple, so you have time to get ready and do whatever you need to do, but it's also really romantic. You have the grilled pork, these really, really dark wintry greens, and of course red wine. What could be more romantic than that? So let's get started. First thing you're going to do is add your olive oil into your medium-high pan. And then you're going to add the butter as well. In that goes, you're just going to let it melt down. And while that's melting, we're going to just season the pork. And you can be really generous with the seasoning because it's going to be used to season the whole dish. And a little bit of pepper too. And then you just want to flip it and do the same thing on the other side. Nice amount of salt. So now that the pan's nice and hot, we're just going to drop the chops in. And you really want them to get nice and brown on either side, but you don't want to overcook it in the middle. So in go the chops. 1 and 2. You're going to let those grill for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, and then they're going to be nice and cooked the whole way through. So now our chops are cooked nicely the whole way through. We're going to take them off of the grill. So you just want to take them off and put them into a plate or pan. And you want to keep all the fat and oil and all that really good stuff from what's just been cooked. So we're going to keep that in, and we're actually going to keep it boiling. I'm just going to cover this with tin foil to keep the heat in, but also let the heat transfer through all of the meat. So that goes over, and that can just sit whilst we do the rest of our cooking. So now that this is nice and hot still, we're going to add in our shallots and our rosemary. And you just want to saute those for a couple minutes so they get some nice color on them and they kind of melt into the sauce. So that goes in, and the rosemary goes in. You just want to mix that in and let that saute for a couple minutes. So now that we've got all of that in, you want to bring this up nice and high, and we're going to add in our red wine. So what the red wine does is the acidity of it helps dislodge all of those really yummy bits from the food into the sauce. So that's like all the really good pork meat and the extra fat that's lodged onto the side. So pour that in, and with a spoon, you can just make sure to loosen all of the fat from the sides of the pan. And then, with the vegetable broth, you're going to add that. And we also want to add our Dijon mustard. In that goes. And the honey. Now once this is all mixed in, we're really just going to leave this and let it simmer down for about 5 to 10 minutes. While this is happening, you can just cook your greens. You just want to boil them for a couple minutes. And once this is cooked down, we're ready to plate. So our sauce is nice and thick and cooked down now. I just want to taste it and make sure that the seasoning is on. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so now we're just going to take our pork chops, and we just want to put them back into the sauce for literally 10 seconds, just to get the sauce nice and all over it. So, in they go. And I'm just going to toss them once, just to really make sure that you get all the flavor you can on there. Okay, and now we're ready to plate. So I'm going to take my Swiss chard, which has already been seasoned, and just pile it nice and high on the plate. On it goes. And now we're going to put the pork chop on, one on each plate. And with a ladle, you just want to ladle on some of the sauce. For more recipes and ideas on your smartphone, go to specialfork.com.